So welcome to Shark Pond. So excited to have the Boise Metro Club with us. Thank you for hosting us and being our sponsors. We love and appreciate you. And as I was telling our entrepreneurs, Emmanuel and Miles, Rotarians are the nicest people in the world, and you are certainly no exception. So thank you for being here. My name is Ben Davidson with the Pocatello Rotary Club. I'll be your host. And we are going to start off with some introductions.
Thank you. My name is John Shubin.
My name is John Biggs.
My name's Cordelia.
Hi, my name is Roger Brazier.
My name is Richard Fulkerson.
What we will do next is let's hear from our first entrepreneur. Miles, how about if we have you go first? What I'll do is introduce you, and then you can tell us a little bit about whatever I left out, and then we'll let our sharks ask you some questions, okay? So I am going to share my screen now, and we will talk about Yummy Shawarma. So I love the name. It's such a great business name. And so here is a picture of Miles selling his shawarma. And you can see that he works very hard doing that. And this is Miles with his shirt and tie. You watched his video already. So he has a fast food outlet in Lusaka, Zambia, and he sells shawarma there. He sells to busy business people and students and anyone who is looking for fast food that's delicious and easy. He's been in business for 3 months now, so he is truly a startup, which is exciting. His monthly revenue is around $300. He pays himself a salary of $80 per month. And so after expenses, he brings in $120. So he has a nice margin there. And he uses Portuguese spices to make his food delicious. He has a chicken shawarma that he sells for $1.50 US and chips and sausage for $1 US. And what he would like to do is use the loan money to purchase some equipment. So he has found a gas canister and a deep fryer and a cooker. And this is what that looks like. When we look at his income statement, we see that he's got good margins, around 30-40%, and that should go up as he ramps up his business, and he has cash flow to sustain the business long term as he reinvests his cash back in. There is he and his brother with his mom, and so that is Miles. So Miles, please unmute and tell us a little bit more about you and your business, and then we'll let the judges ask you some questions.
Okay, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. First and foremost, my name is Miles Kububa, as mentioned earlier on. And Yummy Shawarma, it is a retail, it's a business which is registered according to the terms and conditions set by Patents and Company Registration Authority of Zambia. So in these businesses, I normally target a lot of people, like people working in town, people also moving in and out of town. And I also target people who are attending musical concerts. Because this side here in Lusaka, Zambia, musical concerts, they normally occur 2 or 3 times per month.
Thank you, Miles. This is John. Excuse my ignorance, but I am not familiar with shawarma. Would you explain to me how it is made and what the ingredients are?
So shawarma is made out of shawarma bread, or in other words, a shawarma wrap. So it's a burrito. It's quite similar to a shawarma.
Miles, I've got a couple of questions for you. How long have you been cooking? How long have you been doing this, other than the 3 months? Did you do this before you started your own business?
Been doing it for the past 3 months, started in August.
Did you do this
And
before?
did you?
No, I just thought of
Okay.
it as another business.
Do you expect a particular slow month or slow period in time where there wouldn't be as many customers over the next year?
I had a question. I think in the write-up that we saw, you have revenue of about $50 or 50, I think it's dollars, maybe it's the local currency. I'm uncertain. But 50 per day. But then on a per month, I think I saw $300 dollars per month. So does that mean you are selling your shawarma only 6 days during the month?
You anticipate needing a bookkeeper. Have you investigated bookkeeping service in your area? I had my own bookkeeping for 40 some years and found out that a service for 2 days a week would do everything I needed to do. Came a little late in my career, but are there bookkeeping services, Miles, in your area?
Yes, there are booking services because each and every time when a customer comes and buy, I normally write down so that I'm able to track the profits and losses which I've incurred at that particular trading. So each and every time I always write it down so that I'll know on Monday I had this profit, on Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Saturday.
I think I saw that you plan to open a second location with the business, and is a part of this loan being used to buy a second set of equipment because you already have the first one?
Yes. Yes, I'll use that money to purchase the second one. I'll use that money to purchase the second one and put them in a different location where there is high foot traffic, where it's very, very busy.
That's great. And then at the end of the day, do you have a location where you store your fryer and your shawarma cooking machine, or does it
Yes.
stay in the? Mhm.
So normally where I work from, there are shops which sell phones, which sell clothes. So I normally ask them for a permission. And at the end of the month, I pay them maybe certain amount of money to store those things. So that if I come in the morning, or if a person who assists me in the morning will come, they'll just take those things where they are kept.
That's great. And how far away is this second location from your current location?
It's like 2 kilometers.
2 kilometers.
So we are going to hear from Emmanuel. So let me give him a brief introduction, and then he can take over explaining to you about his business. All right, so Emmanuel's business is also a new startup, which is exciting to see. We don't always have brand new startups here. It's called Gabby Mott Enterprises, and he is into recycling, as you've read about. So this is Emmanuel standing next to the mountain of recycled materials. He's got his personal protective equipment on, just like he provides to his agents that go and collect that. And they are in Kumasi, Ghana. And he sells his recycling to large plastics companies, international companies like from Canada. And so he collects the materials from his agents and then sells it to the plastics companies, and they use that for various materials. And as you can see, he's got his financials here, so he also makes good margins on his service. And let's go down and look. Here's the services based on the grade, determines the price he gets per kilogram. Here's some pictures of his agents collecting. Here's one of the trucks that he has to rent time on. Here are the various agents and the companies he deals with. They like the fact that he provides personal protective equipment. This is the tricycle that he would like to purchase with the loan money so that he can more efficiently transport the recycled materials and not have to hire trucks and go to the expense and the inconvenience that that offers. And so that is his business right there. So please, Emmanuel, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us a little more about your business.
All right, thank you, everyone. My name is Emmanuel Osei from the Ashanti region of Ghana, staying in Kumasi, the capital city in the Ashanti region. I am married with 2 children, and my enterprise is a registered social entity. It got its name from my 2 wonderful daughters, Gabriela and Motolis, hence Gabi Mot. I took an interest in the love for plastics each time I move around and I see how plastics are being thrown away, and I took passion in it. So I started gathering plastics without even knowing what to do. And I started to read wide. I found Federation of Helping Hand initiative called Why Waste, and I hooked up upon it. And so I gathered agents that serve as my suppliers. These agents are mostly the aged.
I guess I can start. Emmanuel, have you ever thought about other recyclables? I mean, in our country, we do aluminum, we do paper, and so forth. I mean, your people are already out there. Is that a possibility to broaden your market?
Yeah, there is the possibility, because even some of my agents, they normally ask me, what about these scraps and metals? And I tell them that presently I have not make up my mind to that. Right now, what I'm focusing on is the plastic and the paper waste, and they are in abundance, and I get them day in, day out from my agents.
Good, good. I'm glad you're thinking about it, because to broaden your base, since you're out there already, is a good idea. What's your cost of transportation right now? I mean, you put it in on your spreadsheet according to the number of trips, or is it a daily charge, or how do they charge you for moving your product to your customer?
So they charge it per kilo, and that is about $0.015 per kilo. So depending on the total amount of plastics that is being weighted, then he charges on that. Because when we reach the company the companies that do the recycling, they have a very big machine there that the car goes in straight for it to weigh the weight of the car, including the plastics. Then it will go and drop off the plastics and come and weigh the volume of the car. Then it deducts it from it. Then we multiply it by the number of kg of plastics that we have had, and that will be the charge for the transportation of the plastics.
I think they're getting the better deal.
Exactly.
Go ahead, anybody else?
Emmanuel, in looking at the photographs that you provided, I was amazed at the volume of plastic bottles. What is that? Is that because your local water is not good and you have to rely on bottled water?
One thing in Ghana here is that mostly everything is in plastics or paper, and people don't normally like carrying bottles, water bottles, or carrying. We don't have commercial taps that you can easily access with drinking water, and so in the household, they will go and buy bottled water and bring it to the house, or sachet water. When you go outside to work, everything is about bottled water or bottled drinks. So basically, bottle is very, very much enormous here in Ghana. Yeah.
Are people encouraged to recycle their water bottles? I mean, in a
Okay,
central location in their home, is there a container that holds the water bottles?
So that is the challenge we have taken upon ourselves. You know, about around 75 of the people living in Ghana don't have idea about how to recycle or repurpose plastics.
Wonderful. As you're increasing your sales, your sales increase pretty impressively, you know, going from 1,400 to almost 2,000, then 3,200, and then 4,525. That's a large increase in total revenue or sales coming in. I don't see a lot of your expenses also increasing that quickly. So are you going to need to provide some extra money for transport or for new personal protective equipment as you're increasing your agents and your business?
Yeah, one thing that we focus on is, you know, unemployment rate is very huge in Ghana, and people are embracing the desire to serve as agents.
Okay, I want to congratulate both of you guys, Emmanuel and Miles, on your progress with your businesses. I look back on both of you and me starting my business at the age of 25, and the pitfalls and the successes and the challenges of doing that. I think going forward, Emmanuel, you are our choice for the loan. You're very well thought out, and you've done a lot of research, and your business is actually, as John Biggs in our group said, it's much bigger than just a business. It's a social movement to help others. Miles, I would very much encourage you to come back and reapply. I mean, you've got a great concept. I think you need a little more history of understanding what the food business is about and where your location should be. But well done, Miles and Emmanuel. We look forward to working with you over the next year or two. Congratulations.
So I am very much grateful for this opportunity, and I'm short of words actually. Each time I go by the roadside and you see the elderly women and also the school dropouts, they share their stories. It's very touching and it's teary. And giving this opportunity for me to enjoy this interest, free loan is not for my own selfish interest, but also to help the business and as well as help the greater masses out there. A lot of people are there that their need of help, and also they've already packed plastics, but because of transportation, I always tell them, hey, wait, let's pray for the better days. And I think the better days are coming. I'm very much grateful, and I know that this is going to serve a greater purpose for the Kumasi metropolitan, and also for even to set as an example for others to also follow. I'm very much grateful. And